Hello guys, gals, non-binary pals, and waterfowls. It's me, Big Mike. And you know, Beavis and Butt-Head is one of my all-time favorite series. So at this point, I'm sitting around waiting for the announcement of the new season to happen. And it's an announcement I'm expecting to happen any day now. And while I'm waiting, I was thinking, who would I like to see again in the series? And that's actually what today's video is all about. So I'm going to give you 4 characters I want to see again. I'm going to tell you who they are, why I want to see them again, and how likely I think it's going to happen. The first character I like to see more of is Daria Morgendorffer. According to Mike Judge, Daria's origin lies in a note from the network. Daria's concept was the only note from the network, a development note, and I actually agreed with it. That it would be a good idea to have a female character who didn't necessarily like Beavis and Butt-Head, but kinda tolerated them. She made her first appearance in the episode Scientific Stuff, and from the very outset was a standout character. What made her stand out, you may ask? She was indifferent to the duo. She neither had the disdain for the duo many of the characters such as McVicker and the Maximart clerk have, nor did she share in Van Driesen's occasional optimism of Beavis and Butt-Head. She wasn't moved by their antics either. At times she could be seen giving the duo useful advice or trying to explain concepts to them in a straightforward, non-condescending way. Other times she makes fun of the duo for their stupidity. So why do I want to see Daria again in Beavis and Butt-Head? Specifically, I want to see an adult version of her. I would love to see how an adult Daria interacts with adult Beavis and Butt-Head, similar to how we saw Stewart interacted with them. It would be interesting to see if her perception of them has changed with her life experience. Unlike Stewart, I believe with Daria, we will be much more likely to see a very different type of interaction with the duo than we saw in her younger years. Daria is the type of character, at least in her own show, that had a lot of personal growth. Now the $1 million question is, would that carry over to any type of appearance she may make on Beavis and Butt-Head? Do I think this is likely to happen? I don't think this is very likely, unfortunately. Since she received her own show, there has been distance between her and the show that gave her her start. In an Off-Canon canon interview on the CBS Early Show in January 2002, Daria was asked whether she still keeps in touch with the duo, and she replied, "I'd like to, but first they'd have to figure out that when the telephone makes that funny sound, you're supposed to pick it up and say hello." Now, a very poignant counterpoint to that would be the fact that she has made appearances in Beavis and Butt-Head since then. She made a cameo appearance in Beavis and Butt-Head Do the Universe, and her alternative universe version, Smart Daria, appeared in the episode Abduction. So maybe it could happen. Mr. Manners, also known as Mr. Candy, is one of my most favorite non-regular characters in the series. He made his official debut in Manners Suck, where he worked as an educational speaker who attempted to educate Beavis and Butt-Head's class on the importance of etiquette. After becoming frustrated with Beavis and Butt-Head, he was accused of molesting Beavis and got into a slap fight with Mr. Van Driesen. Afterwards, he lost his job. He returned later in the episode Candy Sale, where he returned as a candy salesman who gave Beavis and Butt-Head's class candy to sell for a fundraiser. Beavis and Butt-Head managed to only sell 1 bar to Mr. Anderson for half price, and sold each other bar simply by trading the dollars they made to each other. This time, when they pissed him off, he was confronted by Buzzcut, whom he actually tried to fight. And fam, this was probably the worst mistake of his life, as Buzzcut proceeded to give him the beating of a lifetime. I mean, Buzzcut opened up a can of whoop ass on this dude. And that's the last time we saw him, or the last unique time we saw him. We saw him later on in a flashback. Why do I want to see Mr. Manners or Mr. Candy again? Well, besides being one of my favorite non-regular characters, he's very formulaic. When he appears, we know he's going to have a new job. And we know as a result of his run-in with Beavis and Butt-Head, he's probably going to lose it and possibly get into a fight. But what makes it so interesting is the in-between. It's how we get from point A to point B that I find to be interesting about him. Also, as a character, he is interesting because we get to see early on in his portrayal what kind of person he really is. He fronts as someone concerned about etiquette or helping the school make money, but at the end of the day, it's all just a means to an end for him. Do I think this is likely to happen? I don't think so, at least not as he was. He's uncredited, but Mr. Manners was voiced by David Spade, who at the time was still very early in his career. Not sure if he would take such a role today. As looking through his recent studies, I can't really find anything analogous, or if the show would even have the budget to pay him, because I can imagine his fee today has to be much higher than it was back then. Now, on the other hand, they could always recast his voice actor. So, I don't know, fam. I feel like it's unlikely. The next character I want to see again is Buzzcut. Buzzcut made his first appearance in Baby Makes Free. And since then, he's been a formidable antagonist to the duo. Buzzcut embodies a staunchly patriotic persona, having served as a Marine drill instructor after being a Vietnam War veteran. He is known for having a short fuse, having frequent bursts of anger, and holding a general contempt for his students, whom he often views as lacking in strength. Of all the characters, Buzzcut reserves a particularly intense dislike for Beavis and Butt-Head, with no one disliking them more, except for Principal McVicker. He consistently makes their lives a living hell, and questions their manhood. He always threatens to kill them, but he never does. Instead, he just beats their ass. He even once stated that it took every fiber of his strength to keep from killing them. Although he knows no fear, Buzzcut has expressed shock on a couple of occasions. In Safe Driving, he is shown screaming in terror with the duo as they crash into a truck. And in Headlights, he shows shock when he notices the duo's infestation. So why do I want to see Buzzcut again? There are two reasons. First is just simple curiosity. We see him in Beavis and Butt-Head doing a universe in the courtroom scene, but that's the last time we see the normal version of him. Later on, we see Smart Buzzcut in the episode Abduction, and that's it. We've seen no other trace of him in either the main timeline nor in the timeline with old Beavis and Butt-Head. So what happened to him? He was a Vietnam vet, so he definitely has some age on him. Did he simply retire? Did he leave Highland? Teachers do tend to move around a lot, and Highland does seem like the kind of place that people would take the first chance they get to leave it. So I'm curious to see. Secondly, Beavis and Butt-Head had an interesting relationship with him. Out of all the faculty at Highland High, Buzzcut is probably the only one they respected, albeit his violent temperament probably had a lot to do with that. So it would be interesting to see him pop up again in either the main timeline or the old Beavis and Butt-Head one, just for the sake of seeing their reactions. Do I think this is likely to happen? I think out of all the characters we have discussed so far, Buzzcut is the most likely to make an appearance. Unlike Daria, he never left the series officially, and as a result, there was no need for him to cut ties with it. Unlike Mr. Candy, or Mr. Manners, who was voiced by David Spade, Buzzcut was voiced by Judge himself. So there would be no issues with trying to book the voice actor. So I think it's very likely that we could see him again. The final character I'm going to talk about here is probably the most unique on this list, and that's Glennis. She's unique for several different reasons. Firstly, she's the newest character here, having made her first appearance in the episode Weird Girl, which was the 9th episode of the first 2022 revival season. Secondly, she has only made one appearance, so we don't know too much about her. And lastly, and most unique, she is one of the only females to show a legitimate romantic interest in one of the boys. In the episode Weird Girl, she falls in love with Beavis after bonding with him over being an outcast. She had dropped several very obvious hints in the episode that she wanted him, but they all seemed to go over his head. This ultimately led to her burning down the gym to get Beavis' attention, which in turn led to her arrest. Why do I want to see Glennis again? I think it would be unique to see a friendly female with the duo. Now, in the past, Beavis and Butt-Head had interactions with Daria, but she never went along with them. She either tried to help them or made fun of them. While Glennis, as due to her willingness to burn the gym down, is a safe bet to say she'd be willing to go along with the duo, or perhaps even inspire them to go even further than they normally would. Do I think this is likely to happen? Maybe. But as much as I do enjoy the Glennis and Beavis shippers in the fan community, ultimately Beavis and Butt-Head is a status quo show. In other words, no matter what happens, everything is back to normal, for the boys at least, at the start of every episode. So if she does ever come back, I don't think she's going to be Beavis' girlfriend, for multiple episodes at least. But hell, even in one episode would be a stretch. On the other hand, the status quo doesn't seem to apply to other characters. Like as we discussed with Mr. Candy. Like how he got fired in one episode and came back with a different position and referred to his last position in the episode he made his reappearance in. So, I don't know, fam. I'm gonna go with my favorite Oasis album here and say definitely maybe. And those were the 4 characters I want to see again in the franchise. Will we actually see them? Only time will tell. But what do you think about my choices? What characters would you like to see? Are you excited for the new season? Let me know in the comments below, fam. And with that, we'll call the video proper here. Welcome back to another Big Mike Inslate, baby. The part of the video that's not really part of the video, where you get all natural, uncut, unedited, straight off the cuff, Duck Daddy. Really short Inslate this week, so I only have one thing I want to talk about, and that's my next video. My next video is going to be my 100th video, and that's counting not just my regular videos, but also my shorts. So my next video is going to be a special video to celebrate that. And by special, I mean it's going to be a passion project video. And by passion project, I mean it's going to be a subject I am very passionate about. It's a video I've been wanting to make for quite a long time. And so it's going to be a bit different from my normal content. You know, it's not going to be me talking about UAPs or AI or animated series or even games. It's going to be something that I feel very passionate about and something I want to talk about. And it's not that I don't enjoy making videos about those things. I absolutely love them. I wouldn't make videos about them if I didn't. Fun fact about Big Mike, if you ever see me make a video about something, it means I have absolutely a great deal of passion. Now, maybe it's something I really love, which is most of the stuff I do, or something I really hate, which I haven't done yet. So I'll probably never make a video where I'm just like, or feel kind of indifferent about it, because I got to have that passion to get the work done. If I don't have the passion, the work's not going to get done, unfortunately. So now I do like those things I mentioned. I love those things, but also I have other passions as well. And so this video coming up has been a long time coming, and I look forward to that. And I hope you all enjoy it as well. And not only do I hope you enjoy it, but I hope that you're able to find what's in that video helpful. And that's really all I have for this Inslate. So with that, I just want to remind you, I do have a Ko-fi account. And right now, any type of donation I receive will go towards helping me to buy a new, better computer, so that I may be able to make better content. I may be able to improve my quality of content, and I may be able to make other types of content as well. But if you can't, I completely understand, or you don't want to, I completely understand as well. I love you just as you are. I love you for the very fact that you're even here and you've made it this far. I did not intend that to rhyme, I promise. But if you can, it would greatly help me, it would greatly help the channel out. and I would greatly appreciate it. Special thanks to Fran, who does a wonderful job of doing my art. Yep, she's definitely Fran, and she's definitely going to be back on Twitter at some point in time. Still haven't caught up with her yet. Gotta do that, man. I really, really do. But when she does come back to Twitter, please give her a follow. She is an excellent artist, and please be sure to commission her as well. You will not be disappointed in her. Not only is she an excellent artist, but she's also a damn good person to work with. Also, a special thanks to all of my friends on Twitter. I wouldn't be here without you all, and a special thanks to all of you for watching this video. Please like this video if you like it, dislike it if you dislike it, but if you want to be cool about disliking it, and I know all you lovely guys, gals, non-binary pals, and waterfowls are cool because A, you're watching my video, and B, you're watching this video about Beavis and Butt-Head, so I know you got good taste there, fam. But let me know in the comments why you dislike this so that I can improve myself, I can improve my content, and I can be the best damn Big Mike I can possibly be. But you know what? Even if you don't dislike my content, maybe you love it. Maybe you're indifferent. Maybe for some reason you're here and you don't know how the hell you got here. Still leave me a comment below. I love hearing from all of you. It really makes my day. And if you like my content, please subscribe and turn your notifications on. Until next time, fam, remember, just be yourself and you'll be awesome. Peace out!